find out next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And we are underway from Indianapolis. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave what the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious that that'll help them win.
Off play action. Fry. Steps away. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago. 17 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on them.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fry. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a Titans first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. This defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down. Fry. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Fry. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Now they'll run on the draw. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll look to throw here. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Fry. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw on 3rd down. Fry, and he comes back with one complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. But give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. 30, 10, and they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards the game there, second down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a first down. Well done.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Whiting, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting that 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
49-yard line. A gain of 10.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Let's go. Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. That time a 6-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Fry. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Operating from the gun, Fry. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, Fry. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
And now before the ball changes, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So that challenge, a successful one.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when giving you.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
On 1st and 10, Fry. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Fry. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And it won't be a pick 6, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And they begin in a glorious spot, to say the least. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Colts. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Colts have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
And 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the second quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, and it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. The Desperados locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And you can see they are out in front in that one. Justin Herbert has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they did not have the same kind of success on the ground. They struggled to get the run game going to this point, as you see there.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does. And we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. And they'll run again. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they keep the football, but now face second and long. Back to throw. Fry. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Fry. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to like what he's seen from himself so far, right, Charlie? He's just looking, had a great first half, good here in the third quarter, just looking to keep that going.
So what you're saying is he can't wait to watch the game film on this one,
He's going to
right?
like that session.
He's going to love what he sees, but he wants to finish up strong, continue to be as sharp as what we've seen in this game, and find a way to close it out with even bigger numbers. No interceptions is probably his favorite stat.
Yeah, and the 3 touchdowns, too. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Titans now just about ready to take over.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start hurts him there a bit, backs him up to 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Fry, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. Page, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Page. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts add on to their lead. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A pass there over the middle to start things out. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. That pick is 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you're playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Indy set to go on offense once more. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
That catch good for only a couple.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. They'll try the left side. It's Page. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick here is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 19. Back to throw. Fry. He'll find Vaughn complete out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
On now is the Titans punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Offense at the line and set to go. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st down, Page. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to have a Colts 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Page, and this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The Colts on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Fry. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Working with a 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Fry. And that's complete to his running back, Vaughn. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that on your side.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Vaughn. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw again. This is Reese on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll look to throw again. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fry. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making it.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Following the fumble recovery, Fry. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
On first down, Page. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page, and he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
On third down, it's Page, and he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. A gain of 2, just like we saw on first and second down as well. Deuce is wild.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The Colts send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. Explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Colts, they pick up win number 7 on the year, and they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.